will go down as the only Met manager with 0 losses, undefeated. Undefeated. Or is it a 500 record, 0-0? Zero divided by 0 is... You know, this is just the Mets being Mets, and Carlos Beltran, and the Mets part ways, is fired, agrees to step down after this whole fiasco in cheating in his role, which he, he's the only player, the guy that was a player, that's he's affected by it. Everyone else was on the coaching staff or of management. And, the players, they're protected by the players' union and so on and so forth. And it will be a lot difficult to do that. Carlos Beltran is no longer a player. So he's really not protected by the union in a sense, by the players' union. And you might argue that being a Mets manager was probably a punishment in itself, so he got rid of his punishment. Now, it's kind of sad when you think about it. This guy, I think you could make the definite argument that he would be a Hall of Famer. Probably the and now does this affect his chances of being inducted into the Hall of Fame? I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. Really shouldn't. Not to that degree, I don't think. But, here's what I don't understand. And I guess this was to be expected. He would have had to answer questions about it every single day. Very big distraction. But if you're the Mets, do you not ask this question during the interview process? Like, hey, Carlos, you want to tell us something about what happened in Houston? If all indications are from that press conference, they didn't do that. They did not do that. Sign stealing problem. Dropping like flies. Dropping like flies. Now, imagine if Houston hires him, which that will be a turn of events, but I don't think the owner there would hire a guy like Carlos Beltran after what he just did, trying to distance himself as much as possible from this, where he fired his manager and his GM. Is this a tragedy for Carlos Beltran? Listen, he was one of the ringleaders of the cheating. It's not a tragedy. It's utter stupidity. Carlos Beltran, borderline Hall of Famer, definitely or one might even argue a Hall of Famer. Is this is really no different than a certain former player and manager who's banned for life, who's now whining about how unfair of a violation, how unfair it is because of violation of rules that he knew would end with him banned for life. Exactly which he did. He didn't follow that rule, and guess what? It led him to be banned exactly for life. Beltran knew the rules. He chose to break them using technology to make the cheating more effective. He helped Cora set up everything and was the one who suggested Cora get a monitor installed outside the dugout so they could use the replay camera. It would be you're using that replay camera, to see the signs as they were given. It would be a tragedy if he were caught up in this fiasco without ever having participated in it at all. But he was one of the architects of it. There's no argument that he didn't bring this all on himself. Hardly a tragedy for the Mets either. Maybe it's just really business as usual. I hope all is well, and I look forward to speaking to you guys very, very soon.